So welcome back to everyone. Hope all you people have finished your lunch. So after completion of module 5, I will share you all some of the case studies. Okay, so don't worry about that because in each module or in the examination, sometimes they ask you to explain with an example. So on the spot, identifying an example will be difficult. So it will be easier if you have a supporting case study for each module with you, so that you can share with an example whenever they have asked, so that there won't be any reduction in the marks. And one more thing, when I check the assignments, I see that the way you write, the explanation, the writing skills have to be improved to a major extent. Very few students are good enough in presenting what they want to write. Some students might be knowing, but if you are not capable enough to rewrite on a paper, that will reduce your marks. See that you improve your writing skills as well as communication skills also. Yes, Abhishek? Very few students are writing in a good way, and some students are just writing for the sake of submission. It should not be the case. See that you improve your communication and writing skill both. Next, you are going as an engineer, professional engineer, mechanical professional engineer. You should be thorough enough. And it also depends how well you present now in your seminars also. So if you cultivate the habit, it will be good even for your presentations and seminars, project presentation, placement, group discussions. Everywhere it plays a vital role. So please try to enhance your writing and communication skills. That is very much essential. So this is the last option for you all to improve. So please focus on it. And some people's handwriting are good and some it is very difficult to be readable. So it takes much time in reading. So please take care you improve in all these aspects when you come out as an engineer after this semester. Okay. So this was just a brief discussion related to what you have to improve in that. And let us start with our subject, product building and product structures. So part of module 5, which was related to product building, is covered already. We spoke about virtual manufacturing environment, how you virtually develop a product, what are the methodologies and the tools used, what are the benefits of it. And then we also studied some part related to product structures. So what do you mean by structures? How many types of structures you have? And how do you correlate those structures to be efficiently utilized to be a good product structure? So all structures which gain much importance, efficiency, turnover, profit is termed to be a good product structure. So it is a good product structure if it follows all the process and the sectors what we discussed in the last class. Okay. So you are in 8th semester, good students, professionally going out. So you should be more professional to listen in the class rather than just writing something on the screen or owning some music. That is not a good habit to cultivate. So please stop all those stuffs and kindly listen and ask questions related to what you are not understanding. Focus the mind positively and not just sitting idly for the sake of attendance. That will not fetch you anything. So we dealt in the last few sessions related to structures. So I don't want to repeat all those. So they were again 4 type of structures what we dealt with respect to the basic structure, synthesis, the function structures, all those. And we dealt what you mean by product structure, right? How it is decomposed into different levels. Also I explained in the last class. So now all these will be focused on our product structure views. So what do you mean by product structure views? So product structure views are made upon several activity domains within the company. So within the company, each product what you're going to manufacture We'll be having different sectors, and every sector will be viewed, projected properly to see that it's working. So due to the fact not everyone in the company has to have a detailed overview of the product, several components with their attributes can be extracted. So when it is a big company, many products will be going on and all the people will not be having the entire information related to how the product is going on, how it has been performed, how it has been operating. So this product structure view, what we present, will give us the entire information regarding the product structure, what are its structures, how it is going to be synthesized, which are the materials selected, which type of operations you're performing to get the parts, how it is assembled, where it is assembled, and inspecting the inventory and other workshop facilities, whether it is running, whether equipments are down, yeah, on. All those informations will be updated in a single view so that anyone who looks at it will be having an entire information about the product structure. And they could also identify whether it is a good product structure or not. For that purpose, the product structure will be bifurcated into many segregations. So we call that as a master structure. So that will be decomposed into different sectors. So you can see this is the master structure. So this master structure will provide the entire description of the structure of a product. It will be viewed into different sectors. So one is the service sector, the second is the design sector, the third is the manufacturing unit, the fourth is the purchasing unit, and the fifth is the sale unit. So in everything, the product definition plays a vital role. So based on the product, what you are defining will be your project goal, right? So based on the project goal, product definition will be done. Means the goal will be nothing but the need of the customer. Based on the need of the customer, the product definition will be done. So based on that, the master structure will be developed, which will be having all the substructures, what I explained to you, the basic structure, the organ structure, right, the synthesis structure, and the functional structure. So clubbing all those will provide us the master structure. Clubbing all those together will not provide you the entire description for the customer or the layman who is seeing at that particular structure. So it has to be bifurcated. So to bifurcate, it has to be projected in some way, and hence we call that as a product structure view. So this view will provide us the entire clear picture about the product right from the initial to the end. Okay, so that is nothing but how good the serviceability of the product is. So this will provide the entire description. How good the design is, whether it is done virtually or manually, the entire description related to the design will be given. And the manufacturing sector will give about how, which operations you are using, how the production is being taken. Okay, so which are the parts you are manufacturing, how it has been assembled, where it has been assembled, entire description will be given. And purchasing view. So it depends upon the market shares, how many products are being purchased per week, per month, yearly, what is the turnover, what is the GDP growth, if it has been exported to outside market also. All these things, data related to purchasing will be given. And in the sales sector, related to the sales of that particular product, if it is running successfully for 4 to 5 years, the entire sale report, auditing report, everything will be picturized in the sales sector. So this is nothing but the product structure view. So if anyone look at this product structure view, they'll come to know how good the structure of the product is, how successfully it is running in the market, what is the upper limit of the profit it has been achieving, enjoying, and how good the sales is. And even the customers, they can see how good the service capability for this product is. So by this, even some more customers may feel, okay, this is a very good product, so we can go up with it. The serviceability is very good. Purchasing comments are, customer reviews are good. So based on that, even you can multiply the number of customers to your product. So there are many advantages related to product structure views, what you have to understand. So if they ask you in the examination related to product structure views, you can write in your own sentence what you mean by it, show the bifurcation of the views, explain in detail one by one. You can take any one example of a product. It could be an automobile product, mechanical, or any other product for the sake, and just explain its serviceability, the design concept, manufacturing part, purchasing, as well as the sales part. So this is about the product structure views. So you have three concepts here. One is what you mean by structure. What is product structure? Product structure speaks about bill of material, which gives the entire description related to the product, right from the material to specification, production, everything. After that, we have now dealt up with product structure view. Okay, so you understand from that what you mean. After that, and everyone kindly type your name and USN in the chat room. In between, I'll take a screenshot of the students. Both has to match. Don't go anywhere. So next is influence of the product life on the product structure. Until now, we were focusing on product structure and its view. So now you should understand how it influences its product life. Okay, so related to this, you have two ways in which it is influenced. First one is new elements in the product structure have to be added due to fitting of the product to the life phase. So if it is an existing product, and some modifications you are adding it for the need of the customers, so you're doing add-on into the existing products. So you have to show which are the elements you are adding new. It could be some process elements, it could be some functional oriented elements, or it could be some organ structures, or it could be specifically for some parts in which you are modifying, so that you will be having some changes in the existing product as per the requirements of the customers. So this is the one part in which it influences the product life of a particular structure. Second is certain structural principles may be superimposed to the functional structures. So we have discussed with the structural structures, organ structures, synthesis structures, and functional structures. Sometimes what happens, some of the structural structures will be overlapping with that of the functional structures. So we dealt here, you can see. So this is the basic structural structures. So which has 5 things. One is related to the robot's design, other one is
tomorrow. Yeah, dude, they're saying business is fucked. Macha, 2008 recession was
Who is this? Can you kindly mute it? Why can't you understand? So so these are the sectors. So these sectors could be overlapped with our functional structures. So even here you can see cooling oil. So here also related to the cooling part of the oil is being displayed. And some of the functional parts are here overlapped. Okay. So if in that case, it helps to identify the view of the product structures. Okay, so these are the two factors which affects the life cycle. So one is if you are adding any new elements, and second thing, if the structural basic structure is being superimposed with the functional structures of a particular product. So it helps to picturize the product structure view exactly, so that they will be able to identify which is being superimposed, so they can understand this factor which is in structure basic one is also overlapping with the functional structures. And the adding elements can also be identified by using the concept of product structure views. So these are the two factors which influence directly our product life cycle. Because when you add on the elements, it helps in improving the life cycle of the product, because you are modifying when the product is in the market already. So it helps in improving its sales, turnovers, and also its life cycle. So it is affecting our product life cycle. Second thing, it has been superimposed. So if you analyze which are the factors are superimposed, it also helps in increasing the functionality of the product.
Nothing. Then what else? Nothing. You ate lunch, babe. You had breakfast, babe. You ate dinner, huh? Shut up. When you woke up, my dad's here. You sent some pictures, yeah? Send one more, babe.
You're not small kids over here. Can't you understand? I'll pass on the message related to this. Okay, you will pay for this. Wait. So the third influence factor is the product contains more or less active elements that add to functionality or quality in the life phase. So what do you mean by it? The product contains less or more active elements. So that could vary the functional aspect of a particular product or its life phase. For example, a copying machine means our printer. Sometimes if the paper gets jammed out, so then some changes have to be made. You have to remove the cartridge, remove the paper jam, and again insert it, right? So this is one of the thing where some of the machines, if you just give the input data, you'll get the output. There will be no more moving elements or less active elements. So when there are more moving elements, like in case of a printer which has to move and get the printout obtained, so there will be some variations, some jerks or jam in between. So it will be able to identify those. So these are the third influential factor related to our product structure views, because in views all the moving elements, all the varying active elements, everything will be picturized. When it could be jammed, everything will be segregated. So when they see a product structure view, so they'll be able to identify when it can happen, and they can overcome the jamming of the paper sometimes. So these are the three criteria which influence and product structure views. So here you can see you have different levels of structural relation for a particular product. So again, we are relating the product with the life cycle. You have an interlink between the product and the life cycle of it. If this is a product, you have a supplier, you have a production unit, you have an assembly unit, you have a... Sorry, it got disconnected. Okay, so you might be having a supplier unit, a production unit, assembly unit, a use unit, order booking unit, a service unit, manufacturing unit.
Hello? Yes, sir. Mic testing 1, 2, 3. Hello? ಆ ಕಡೆ ನನ್ನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಯಾರನ್ನ ಕರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೆಂಗದ ನನ್ನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್? ಬಿಡ್ರಪ್ಪ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಲೈಫಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಳ್ಳು ಬಾಟ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರು ನೈಟಿ ಹೊಡಿ ಕೆಲ್ಸ. ಆಂಟಿ ಬಂದ್ಲು ಅಜ್ಜಿ, ಆಂಟಿ ಬಂದ್ಲು ಆಂಟಿ, ಅಜ್ಜಿ ತುಂಬ ತುಂಟಿ, ಆಂಟಿ ತುಂಬ ತುಂಟಿ, ಏಜು 10 to 20, ಏಜು 10 to 20.
Who is doing that? You have any common sense? You're not fit to be a student in final year. That's what, okay? For whom sake the class has been taken here? For my sake? Learn to be a proper human being first, and then go and be a good engineer. If you be a good human being, you will be knowing what to do.
ओ भाई मारो मुझे मारो मारो मुझे मारो मारो नहीं ये मजाक हो रहा है एक सेकंड
What's the problem with you? I'll mark 0 for all the IA marks. Then you will pay for it. To whom the class has been taken here? Idiots. You're not fit to be a student, first of all. This is really ridiculous. You don't have a minimum manners how to behave. I'll send the entire report to the HOD. I have recorded the entire thing. I will send it. You will pay for it. Who have done it will pay it for it. Even a small kid will not behave like you. You come to the college, you will pay for it. So next you have to see how the fitting of the product and the life phase takes place. So every product will be having its own supplier, production, assembly unit, the use of the product to whom it is focusing writing on the customer, the service and the recycling part of it.
ಒಂದು ವಾರದಿಂದ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಂಗಿತ್ತು ನಾವು ಹೊರಟಂಗಾಗೋದ್ವು
Who is doing it? Can I let me know here right away? Who is this? Can't you understand if it is told once? Once it is told mute your mic, you have to mute your mic. Idiots.
ಹಲೋ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಕಿಚನ್. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ರೆಸಿಪಿ ಪಾನಿಪುರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಗೋಲ್ಗಪ್ಪ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗೋ ಪೂರಿ, ಪಾನಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಲೂ ಸ್ಟಫಿಂಗ್, ಇದ್ ಮೂರನ್ನು ಹೇಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಮೊದ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಾನು
Who is doing this? I'll tell to the HOD today only. Okay, so you will come to know regarding this who have done. They will pay exactly for this. So this you only read it. So this is just how the every product has been connected to the life cycle of it with respect to the different sectors. So this is the different levels of the structure. Who is doing this? Kindly open your mouth. It's like I'm speaking for myself. You read it for yourself. You'll come to know the pain what you take it. Okay, so no books are available for you all currently in the library. You learn by yourself and I'll see how well you will excel. So next we should know what you mean by the variance oriented related to the product structuring. So the variance is nothing but the varying parameters which will come across in a particular product. So if it could be a good variance or it could be an harmful variance. So you have to understand exactly what you mean by variance. So the market demands for precise adaptation of the product assessment to different market segments such as users, its situations leading to building in variance in the assortment of the product. So what do you mean by this? So variance will normally be a cost driver for the company because the benefits of high volume will disappear. So variance, when a product is working successfully, if it is a robust design, you will be having many number of variations which occurs with respect to the parameters what you are using. So if these variants are disturbing, then you have to eliminate this variance without changing the input parameters. Then you call that as a robust design. So then variance, if you are overcoming, then you are overcoming the harmful variance. If the variance which you are getting is of useful, then it could be in this way. Okay, so the variance could be at the process level, the variance you may get at the effect level, the variance you can get at the organ level, and variance you can get at the part level. Process level is nothing but our synthesis structure. Effect level will provide at the information related to the function structure. Organ level will provide us the information related to organ structure, and part level also will provide the information related to manufacturing sector. Okay. So that part level also can come under organ level because it is the manufacturing of the part that is also one of the sector in our organ structure. So what are the variants you come across in the process level? So the company may have an assortment of the process units, such as it could be the combination in various ways of building and machine system. Process level, you might be having more than one process type to synthesize a product. Like example, process units in production machinery for chocolate manufacturing, a chocolate candy. So it could be having different processing units. So it will identify what are the variants which come during synthesis of a particular product. Okay, so then it will optimize to get a better synthesis rule. So in order to manufacture that particular product, here it is the optimization of the process route to manufacture a chocolate candy is a product. Next, variance at effects level. So the company can sell variance product for the same purpose. So if the company can sell the products with related to different variants for the particular purpose, example flow measuring, but adds on different functionalities like supervision, registration, control, etc. A company might be, a product might be having n number of variants, but it will be able to, and it is sent for the particular purpose. Apart from that particular purpose, it will be able to perform in different variants also. Means the product will be having different functional aspects other than the requirement for which it is being sold. So it will be having n number of functionalities in it, but it could be sent for a single purpose, but it will help in serving more than one purpose. That is the meaning. These are all the positive variants what we are dealing with. Next is variance at organ level. The company supplies the market with the products sorry, for the same primary purpose, but based on different principles. Example, different principles for flow equipment for fitting the product to different measuring tasks. There may also be variance concerning to yield, size, and interface. So organ now here is the functional structure. What is the functional structure? The product has to be manufactured and it has to be thrown into the market. So that is the main goal. But along with that, it will be having also other variants like what is the yield of the product? How much is the percentage of the product purchased in the market? What is the size of the market? Or how it has been interfacing with the market and the customers? All this information also will be obtained when you throw a product into the market. But the main agenda is to get the turns, sale over. But along with it, you'll be having positive variants such as yield, size, interface, etc. So these are related to variance at the organ level. And next is variance at the part level. So what happens here? So here we are manufacturing the parts separately and then it will be assembled, right? So at this level, there will be many types of variants such as the space structure available, what is the dimension to which the part has to be manufactured, how it has been interfacing with the other parts for a proper assembly fit. So these are all the variants. So these are all the positive variants which has to be considered to make the part manufacture as per the specification. So every stage in a product will be having variants which are positive and negative. So all these variants what we explain now are of positive in nature, which will help in fulfilling the needs of the customers to the maximum extent. So now if you see the image here, it is a structure of the product family, yeah, okay, where it is predefined to ensure the variants do not harm the production. Okay, so it is a particular equipment here. Okay, so where you have different variants. So this is the assembly unit, right? So this is the direction in which it's fitted. You have a shaft here. So you have 4 variants associated with the shaft, and again 3 variants here related to the parts, and related to the valves also there are variants. So all these variants are necessary to improve the enhancement of the design and the product. So if you have an harmful variant, then it will disturb the entire product. So these are the harmful variants. Reduction of variance at process level. So if you have harmful variants, you have to reduce these at process level. So what are these? So it could be tube connection, transport lines, physical sizes in which it varies usually. So this has to be overcome. So in order to do this, the engineering and production costs have to be reduced for each customer order. Okay, so the process units may be given interfaces. During interfaces, what happens if it is a part where the tubes are connected, where tubes connection is related to transportation lines. Suppose they are making the tube